All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Maury Malvo Insurance YouTube channel. In this video, I just want to quickly go over the 8 great working habits for life insurance agents. So, my goal for this is just to go over the 8 basic steps to being successful for a life insurance agent. And I hope by the end of this video, you know what these 8 steps are and how you can, if you haven't already, implement them in your life so that way you're able to stay a life insurance agent for a long time and not fell out of the business. All right. So, these, and really, guys, these 8 steps are so simple, but yet we tend to forget about them, especially when we go full time as a life insurance agent. So by the end of this video, you're probably gonna realize like, wow, that was real simple. Why didn't I not know this months ago or years ago? But that's why I'm here, is to help you out. Also, if you're looking for a good IMO, a good marketing or life insurance agency to be a part of, be sure to text me down below. The agency that I'm a part of right now, they do offer free leads. It's 100% remote telesales. So if you're comfortable with being on the phone and talking to people versus going out, going door to door, then hit me up. You can text me. Also, I'll probably leave a link down in the description to the actual website where you can apply. So, but it's always just better to text me, all right? So, the first step, number one, is to have a great attitude, guys. 99% attitude, 1% ability. So, 99% of what we do is attitude. And I think a lot of us tend to forget that, especially during the second half of the day or the second part of the day. It's really, we've heard so many no's, people being rude to us, possibly hanging up on us, or we get down to the close and they hang up, and things like that happen. And that's the harsh reality of a being in any type of sales. It really doesn't matter, but essentially you have to do whatever it takes to protect your attitude, and that I'm also going to talk about later on in this video as well. So, two key things, especially if you're dialing on the phone: be sure to smile when you dial, especially within that first 30 seconds of your call. Be smiling, be excited, be energized, and be enthusiastic in your tone, really, when you're helping these people out. And the same thing applies for when you're at the door. Have a smile on your face. Really, look at somebody in the eyes and just have, like, act like you've known them your whole entire life, because that's really going to help you, especially in the greeting. And if you're not able to get past the greeting, you're not going to be able to go to the presentation or the fact finding or sharing quotes and things like that. So, really, 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 guys, 99% of this is attitude. If you have a great attitude, if you can continue to get knocked down and you lift yourself back up, and make sure every time you're about to call it, you're resetting. So just because somebody was rude to you on that previous call, the next call you got to still have that same positive attitude. All right, don't let that negativity of that previous call go into the next call, right? Because first impressions are everything. Number two, be on time. And of course, this is a something that you hear a lot, especially from older people. Let me go ahead and move this down. It's something that you hear a lot, especially from older people. If you had military people, like military family members or parents, I always was told, if you're early, you're on time, and if you're on time, you're late. So, good rule of thumb is just to be 5 minutes ahead of schedule. Okay? All right. So, number three is be prepared mentally and physically and emotionally, right? I forgot to put that, but that's just as important. Mentally, guys, If you're in sales, it doesn't really matter any sales that you're in, even in life insurance. Um, you're going to hear 90% of no's and you're going to hear 10% of yeses. That's the name of the game. It's law of average, 80-20 rule. 20%, well, 80% of your profits are going to come from 20% of the people that you talk to. And that's just how it goes. And I went ahead and put the funnel. Here's a sales process funnel down here. So everything goes through this funnel, guys. So you may have a list of 1,000 people to talk to. Those are your prospects, right? And out of those 1,000, maybe 500 people are actually going to be leads that qualify, that actually qualify for what you have. And out of those 500 quality leads, maybe 250 are actually going to have the intent to buy. You're actually going to be able to show them quotes, get through the presentation, build rapport with them. And out of those 250, maybe 100 of them will buy. Close, you'll be able to close. You may lose some sales, but essentially, you're going to be able to get 100 of those all the way down to the close, either if you won it or you lost it, right? So, but essentially, you got to remember the name of the game is every no you hear, you're one step closer to getting to your yes. So you just got to keep going. You got to keep being persistent, all right? And consistent. The next thing is physical. You got to be prepared, man. You got to get your 6, 8 hours of sleep. You have to be disciplined with that. Don't be up all night gaming or on YouTube. I had a real bad habit of that when I first got started because I would just, I don't know, I would trick myself into thinking, oh, I can get up at 5:30 in the morning easy and then go to bed at like 11 or 12. It's definitely, some people can do it, most people can't. Make sure that you're exercising, and that could be a simple 30-minute on a walking treadmill, or going on a 30-minute walk outside, just doing a simple stretch. Do something that gets your body moving. Second thing is make sure you have food, especially if you're on the phone dialing, you do telesales, or if you're a door knocker, make sure that you bring your lunch with you, you bring some snacks with you, so that way on your breaks you're eating and you're getting right back out there on the field, you're getting right back there on the phones. Next thing is do your chores ahead of time. I know especially it's so easy to get caught up with that if you're working remote, you're doing telesales. Um, it's so easy to go on break and you're washing the dishes, doing laundry. Next thing you know, a whole hour, 2 hours go by when you could have been using that time to make dials. Make sure that all your devices are charged. And I'm pretty sure there's other things that I left out on the list, but you know, make sure that you're physically ready for the day. Speaking of that, make sure that you're the fourth tip would be work the full 8 hours that you're scheduled. Just because, guys, you're a 1099, you're self-employed, doesn't mean that you completely disregard, your work old work schedule. So if you were scheduled to work 7 to 5, work that 7 to 5. Okay? And I know a lot of people are goal driven. I am too. I made that mistake as well when I first started out. There were days where I would get two sales early, by 12, and then I want to go rest for the rest of the day because I hit my goal. But guys, one thing, especially in insurance, there's something called chargebacks, right? So if you sell life insurance, I know me personally, I sell final expense, but there's a thing called chargebacks. And in order to avoid the chargebacks from hitting you as hard, because they're going to come, but in order for you to avoid really not feeling that effect so much, is work your full 8 hour shift. So if you got momentum going, you're hitting your goals early, just continue to keep going. Like, just because you got your two policies wrote by 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock doesn't mean that you go take off for the rest of the day, because you never know what can happen tomorrow. The internet might go out, you may lose power, or you may roll a donut, meaning you may not write any policies in the next day or the next day. So what I'm trying to say is that yes, it's good to be goal driven, but also stick to that schedule. Stick to the schedule, stick to the schedule, stick to the schedule. Okay? Also, go straight to the field, go straight to the phones. Whenever it's your time to work, don't lollygag, don't try to check your email. And that's so easy for us to get caught up in it. And how do I know? It's because I used to do it. So don't try to drag it on. Don't try to cherry pick the leads that you want to call. Just go straight down the list. Just make sure that you're hitting your numbers, whatever your activity metrics are, and that varies with every agency. I know with my agency that I'm a part of, we're expected to make 300, at least 300 dials a day. So we're expected to be on our phones talking to clients, potential clients, prospects for at least 5 hours a day, guys. So whatever your activity metrics are in your agency, make sure you follow them. Maximize your time by taking short, effective breaks. So there are times when we're going to lose our attitude. It's human. It's perfectly natural to lose your attitude, right? When that happens, guys, please make sure to take an effective short break, right? That's 5, 10 minutes tops. You can watch a video that make you laugh. You can call somebody that just, brings up your spirit. You can listen to a motivational video. However, do something like just take a short break and get right back into it. Okay, so the next thing is you want to maximize your territory. Everyone, talk to everyone in every place, nook and cranny. So what that means is talk to everybody that you know. Not only that, like I know some people are a part of life insurance agencies where they have to pay for their leads. And I know I was a part of that. I was a part of an agency like that before too. And what I would do is I would buy my leads for the beginning of the week. And starting out, my budget wasn't really that much, but I had to do what I had to do. So what I would do is I would buy my leads for that week. I would buy about 20 of them, and I would, to maximize my leads, because 20 leads in a week, that I can literally knock that within 2 days, to be honest with you, right? And that's if people actually answer the door and I'm able to get in the door and have a conversation with them. But so what I would do is, if I had a lead in one area, I would knock the whole entire block. And I was actually able to get sales from cold door knocking on somebody's door and just saying, "Hey, did you get something like this in the mail? Because we didn't get yours back from you, and it's my job to make sure that I get you this information. What you do with it is completely up to you. I'm just required to get you this information, get your name crossed off the list, and I'll be out of your hair. You know, where would you like me to sit? On the couch or at the table?" So just remembering that it's all in your control, and you can maximize your territory. The more people that you talk to, the more presentations that you're going to be able to get, the more money that you're going to be able to get. Yes, the more people that you talk to, the more no's that you're going to hear, but also you're going to hear more yeses as well. So I know everybody that I know in my agency that's at the top of the profit earning, they hear the most no's and they talk to the most people. But you just got to remember, with every no that you get, you're getting closer to a yes. And piggybacking off of that, when you finally get a yes, and even to the people that tell you no, get referrals from them. You can do it as, some agencies, like there's a carrier that I have, and they have a introduction program to where you can, like, if somebody gives you 5 referrals, that person that gave you that 5 referrals just got an extra free $5,000 in coverage in accidental, you know, accidental rider, accidental coverage and stuff like that. So it's definitely something to look into and get referrals. And when you get those referrals, actually talk to those people, right? Because you just never know. You never know who's gonna need life insurance, and really everybody needs life insurance, but you just never know who you can help. Okay, so the next thing is you wanted to protect your attitude, which was kind of, step one. But I want to bring it up again because your attitude is so important. And especially when you're on the phone, if you're not sounding enthusiastic, if you're not sounding excited and really cherishing everybody that answers that phone, guys, because you need people to answer the phone and make money. You need people to open the door to make money. You need people to talk to make money, guys, right? And so those people that you talk to that are going to buy from you, you have to treat them with love. You have to be excited to talk to them because at the end of the day, they're going to be the ones that pay your bill. They're going to be the one that pays for you to live your your luxurious lifestyle. They're going to be the ones that pay for you to go on trips. They're going to be the one, even if they don't realize it, they're going to be the ones to pay for that, right? So it's your job to make sure that you're giving everybody your all, that you're giving everybody the best version of you, the most enthusiastic version of you. Be happy, be confident, be proud of the products that you're selling because it's truly making a difference, right? So protect your attitude. Yes, the flip side, you are going to have people that are going to be mean to you. It's human to lose your attitude, but how fast you regain it is what is important. So it's okay to get mad, but what I want to know is how fast how long does it take for you to be happy again? How long does it take for you to get back present and realize, hey, I got to make another call and give it my all and be positive, right? And if it's hard cuz realistically it's hard for a lot of people to do that, right? We're not robots. So it's hard for a lot of people to get into that mode that, oh, reset, reset. People are going to think that you're a psychopath too because of how quickly you're able to get back happy again, right? It's weird at first, but the more you work that muscle, the more you're going to have muscle memory. And if it's hard for you to protect your attitude and you lose it a lot, call your manager, call a leader, and take a 5-minute break. All right, we're almost done. Two more, two more. All right. So, number 7 is know your why you're here and where you're going. So, I know for me, my why is really to be financially free. It's have financial freedom. And so, what does that mean? That really means to be able to travel the world whenever I want, be able to give back to the community, and also be able to help train and develop other agents, right? And who knows, maybe one day open up my own agency. I've always wanted to open up a digital marketing agency, but essentially, I have my goals. Every day, you want to set goals. So you want to have your smack. You want to smack your goals, and so what that means is you want to set specific, measurable, and obtainable and challenging goals and hang out with the person who is where you want to be. So here are my goals. I know it's hard to see, but I have my goals right here. These are my goals for today. And then every night I make a new set of just short term goals that are going to get me to where I want to be in the next 10 to 20 years or 5 years, midterm, midterm goals. But you want to have your goals. You want to have your why, right? So everybody's why is different. I know some people's why is they just want to they want to make a lot of money. They want to make 10K a week, 20K a month. They want to pay off their debt. They want to be able to retire their family, maybe retire themselves. So whatever your why is, look at that every day. Have it in front of you and read it a couple times a day, guys. And I promise you that's going to get you back on the right track. Last but not least, take control. It's just you versus you. So You, talking to myself too. But you're the only person that can control yourself, right? You're the only person that can control the amount of dials that you make. You're the only person that can control how many people that you talk to within a day. You're the only person. You can't control if somebody's going to go take their debit card, their checkbook, and pay for the services that you offer. You can't control that. You can't control if people don't answer the phone. You can't control if somebody curses you out, You can't control if somebody hangs up on you right in mid conversation. You can't control that. But what you can control is your activity. That's the only thing that you can control. And from what I've realized, the more activity, the more money, yeah, the more no's, but the more money that you're going to get if you do it correctly. And that's all I have for you today, guys. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Make sure to subscribe. And also, if you're looking for an agency where you can work from home, they do offer free lead program, especially if you're starting out. Please text me down below. I will have my number down there. And also, just go to the link. You should be able to apply right there on the site. All right, see you in the next video. Bye.